Hello, I'm cleaning my ballad songs and replacing their hardwares. Now this is the Lucha clone from Ballad Plus, as said here. I found out uh, I found out about the dimension of the hardwares, except for the pivots, of course. And I ran into some issue over the years after dropping it so much. The washer started to crack, and when it cracks, it doesn't run as smooth as it does before. So I'll show you right. So here are the older hardware. There are two issues, but mainly, first of all, is the washers that cracks. Now, let me see if I can get this to focus. Yep, you can see the crack right there. First that's the crack, and the second, it would be the ball falling off the bearings, and the ball is very tiny, like you're just going to lose them. I didn't lose them, but oh, even if you put it back in place, they're just going to be a nuisance, and they won't run as smooth as they did. Now, I have to clean my ballad song first, and then I'm going to show you the dimensions. And these washer, as you can have seen, these are the new ones. And there are issues with the new ones too. Okay, I'll show you right now. So, first of all, they are not center because the the inner diameters is slightly bigger than the hardware they came with. So they are slightly off center, but they do still function as fine because they already form a groove, right? So when you use your ballad song and the bearings, they all like line up in the groove. Sorry. So it won't be much of a problem. I've tried this out many times. It's got very smooth swing. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering about the dimensions of the bearings and washer, I'll show you right now. Now, here's the bearings I use. I bought this up from a Chinese company. They make hardware and stuff. Now these they come in a pack of 100, and they are not. They are uniform, kind of, but they are not uniform to the millimeters. Okay, they are slightly off from each other, about 0.001 or 2, but they are still slightly better. The first time I used replacement, I bought it from a street vendor, and it's just garbage. So just bought it from China, and if you're from US, just buy it from the company. Okay. Oh wait, forgot to say, it's in millimeters. Okay. These are 5 in the whole diameters, 10 in the outer diameters, and 0.5 in height. Sorry. As height, I mean they meant thickness. Okay. Here, I have a caliper with me, so here's here's the thickness. It's 0.4 or 0.5. As I said, it's not very uniform. Okay, and in inch it would be 0.01. And I know that's correct, bro. This is a cheap clipper, but it's work, so I don't have too much to say about it. Okay. Okay, back to task at hand. Now it's somewhat clean, somewhat. Okay. After assembly, have to wipe it down again for good measure. Now these are the old bearings I've got and replaces one time already, but I'm going to replace it with a better one right now. Let's get that in the back. Okay. And here's the bearings. The bearings, they do come with their own washer, but these washer are incredibly thick, so they don't really fit. And they came one bearings in one package, so I got 4-pack. It's pretty cheap, a few cents. Okay. Now, this here. Yep, these are the washer they came with. It's incredibly thick, so it's unusable. Oh god. Oh, that's much faster. And don't poke your finger, okay? My knife aren't very sharp at the moment. I just use it to do a bunch of stuff. It's quite blunt now. Okay, now we got all the new washers. You can feel the smoothness of it. Now as for assembly, easy. So usually I would put the side out. You can see that, like that. Washer with the groove face down. Okay, that's in. Okay, they kind of hold on their own now. And it's actually easier to assemble a bearing knife now that's before as to the bushing ones. Bushing I find a little bit harder. There. The bearings is in. Now let's do it with the other ones. Okay. Now, ideally you want to have a screwdriver with you so you can adjust them and align them into each other. I do have one with me right here, but I kind of don't want to use it, so I'm just gonna stick with this. Just hang on a moment, okay? Now, line that in, snap in, don't break anything. Okay, didn't break anything. Now, turn. So before you want to Loctite everything up, you want to test the smoothness of it without loop first, of course. And when you're tightening up, remember to use both of your hands to rotate, okay? It's much faster that way. Okay, now it's tightening up. Okay, now got a stiff swing, so release that a bit. Now gotta smooth the swing. Diagonally, it's not very good to see, but it swing fine. So after the swing test, got a flip test, right? Okay, the flip is fine. I like it slightly a bit stiffer. Just a bit. Okay. Slightly, they're still tapped. But what can we do with it? Fuck it. Now, here's the Loctite. And you probably watched the Will Hirsch video, and he said to use red Loctite for bearings, but I mean, red Loctite is safety hazard. But you might break your bow song if you use red Loctite. You might not, if you know what you're doing, of course. But in my opinion, just don't do it, okay? Let's do blue. Blue is fine. You let it rest for one day, and it's hardened fine. Even if you drop it sometimes, it's still gonna hold. Don't worry too much about it. And I'm using a plastic toothpick to push the blue Loctite into the thread. So I've seen many people put them directly on the screw. This is not how you do it. You put them inside the pivot so they don't like flow out when you tighten them because it's quite a tight fit. See? You spread them inside the thread of the pivot, not on the screw, okay? Good. Now with that out of the way, tighten the first one, test them out, and then I'll do the other ones. And don't do both at the same time. Okay. Swing test, fine. Maybe a bit tighter. Oh no. A bit too tight, but I like it better. Now, onto the other side. Okay. Get them in there, spread them out. Okay. Okay, that's too stiff. Okay, that's a bit too stiff. Just a bit. Okay. As I said, the washers, you see, they're not very uniform, so. Sometimes you got a smooth groove, sometimes you got a not very smooth. I don't know how to call it. Bumpy? It's actually bumpy because when you press the ball against the washer, it makes a dent, right? And the travel won't be as smooth as the hardened steel on the stock washers, but it's fine. Now that's finished, and the swing is fine. We let it rest now and loop it up later, and I'll show the finish up video on a short maybe. So that's it for this video. Goodbye.